day, happy travelers. Vacation travel hacks here. We are talking cruise logistics. If you're watching this, you're probably thinking about or are booked on the Princess 7-day Eastern Caribbean cruise on the Princess Sky or Caribbean Princess, which will take you to Puerto Rico, Grand Turk, Amber Cove, and Princess Cay. The purpose of these videos is to help get you started, help get you to the airport, work through the port logistics, talk about best practices that I've learned getting on the ship. And then we're going to talk about free excursions. Does your ports of call have free excursion options? As well as we'll give you an overview of paid excursions that are available at each of those locations. And then we'll wrap up with some tips on getting home safely, working backwards through the port process. So let's hop into it. So this is Fort Lauderdale. I'll get to zoom in a little bit. This is the airport, and this is Port Everglades. And if you look real closely, you can actually see a Princess cruise ship there. I'll zoom in, but before I zoom in, there are a bunch of hotels in and around this area. Most of the hotels up around the FLL, Fort Lauderdale area, offer complimentary shuttles, or maybe not complimentary, do offer shuttle service to the port. Some are complimentary. Not all, I have found out, are complimentary. Heck, I went to a place that had complimentary breakfast. Any other place I've ever been to, the same place at Fort Lauderdale, it was a $12 complimentary breakfast. So just double check. Otherwise, I know SAS offers shuttle service from most of the hotels in the airport to Port Everglades, taxis, Ubers, a lot of different options. A lot of third limo services offer it as well. So you'll have a lot of options. And you might be wondering, why are you talking about a hotel? It's always recommended to fly down a day before the cruise. Anything can happen at an airport. Heck, when I flew out of the airport shut down the next day because it was flooded. That was a good way to wrap up my spring break. I really dodged a bullet there. But it could be mechanical issues, staffing issues, could be air traffic control, could be airline, the software outage. So many different things can go wrong. Don't cut it close. Get in the day before. And there's a lot to do in and around the Fort Lauderdale airport. Here is Port Everglades. And Princess is typically Port 2. However, it's worth noting that as you get closer, follow the it could change to any number of. Actually, at this point, I have not experienced a change. That doesn't necessarily mean you won't. So anyway, just pay attention to the signage. Your driver should know what's going on. But Princess is Terminal 2 at Port Everglades. Otherwise, you are off and on your way. San Juan. Let's talk about the Port of San Juan for a second. Two important notes. One, can you do a free excursion here? Absolutely. You will dock around here, and you will be within walking distance of many World Heritage Sites. The Castillo San Cristobal, Castillo San Felipe del Morro. These are all like really cool things. Now, I took my family on a free excursion to this fort, and it was a 45-minute walk. The distance wasn't the problem. It was the walk in the heat and the humidity. Can it be done? Yes. Carnival wanted to charge $85 per person. And I was like, wow, there's 8 of us, so I can save $500. And I was advised while we were out here, hey, next time don't do that. So it's doable. Just you got to know your audience. Is that something you want your party to engage in? So hopefully you know them better than I do. I know them better now, and that is half the battle. If you take a taxi and go someplace and get a different taxi back, be careful with the lingo. There's 2 cruise terminals, and you see one here, San Juan Cruise Terminal. That's the Port American Terminal. That's where people like board new cruises, like my cruise in December, leaves from here and heads down to Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados and all that stuff. That is a completely different terminal than the visiting terminal area, which is right here. So worth noting. So free excursion, yeah, there's a lot to do. There's heck even a Starbucks. Starbucks was right about here. You'll see the cups. There's a lot of cups. Starbucks is fantastic, by the way. It's always fantastic. So here are some of the paid excursions that you can do. There's 8 listed here. If you want to go to the beach, yeah, it's there. And Princess, I think, has some pretty reasonable prices for excursions. Uh, and I always enjoy Old San Juan walking tour. Look at this right here. Hey, we're having some fun. It looks like we're grinding some stuff, some history and cuisine. Really enjoyable. You want to go to the El Unuc National Rainforest? You can. It's about $100. So there's some stuff to do, and it's a very cool port if you have not been there before. Otherwise, you head off to the Grand Turk. And what I like about this is you get to bathe near your well, here. So let's see what they got in terms of excursions. You don't have to do anything, but you certainly can. In the Grand Turk, you got you just go out and you got the open air tram, you got the different tram, you got the rainbow, you got the Baja Beach Escape. Junkaroo Party, beach vibes. It's something for everyone. If you don't like the feel of sand, you don't have to ever touch sand. If you don't want to be in a city and only want to be on the beach, you got that as well. You also have snorkeling and stingrays. The fact that snorkel and stingray is under $100 is very sensational. And it has a pretty good guest rating, 71. Now this one, it doesn't have a very good rating. Let's see if we can figure out why the people are rating this one so poorly. The beach, an all-inclusive beach escape, why would that ever be 3 stars? Read the reviews. Customer reviews. Here we go. How likely the pictures look good. This was an awesome one. I want to sort by, let's see some 1-star ratings. I would give it 0 if I could. We had to cancel because change our itinerary. Well, there you go. It wasn't that the excursion was bad, they just couldn't do it. Not happy. Not what we thought. There was a hotel and a pool along with the beach and food. Well, it says beach escape. They wanted a hotel and a pool. Well, they just got the beach escape. Negative beach escape was set for 4 hours. We arrived, time we boarded, took an hour and a half, and there was 3 shuttles. So, okay, well, that's unfortunate. And anytime you have a bad experience like that, the reason I like booking it through the carrier is they let you go ahead and they'll typically make it right if that's something they really wanted to do. So we'll take it on. Amber Cove is the next excursion here. Here you got Ocean World. You have zip lining. There's a lot to do at Amber Cove, and you got some birds to hang out with. Easy Puerto Plata. You just kind of leisurely walk around. You want to go to the beach, you got good beaches. Then you got a downtown. Then you hang out at the beach on your own. This is Ocean World. It's the best. It's really good. All right, mountain views, city sights. Where's the zip line? You gotta have zip line in here. Oh, the fort. This is something we're thinking about. Here it is. Eco Adrenaline zip line. Highly recommend. Me and my kid did this. He always wanted to go zip lining. Surprised him with it. Go about a dozen zip lines. Probably use it for, it seems like 5 miles when it's all said and done. It was a lot of fun. And then you got Monkey Land. We did that in a different part of the Dominican Republic. They are fascinating creatures. I will caution though, they while they're on you, they're not potty trained. A couple people in our group, not my family, just our group, got the facilities used on them, and they didn't know, and I didn't know, and none of the reviews that I saw really said it. The thing about the ocean, the reason this one is good, the Ocean World here, is we did the dolphins, the sharks, and the sea lions. And it was by far and away, I've done several of these now, and it was the most interaction with the animals that I've had, and it was pretty reasonably priced and enjoyable. The cabanas, they sell out fast. If you are going here and you think you're a cabana person, you live for a cabana, they go really quick. Highly encourage you to reserve them the first time that you think you're going to do it, and that's that. Princess Cay, the private island. Here is a Google map of it. You are going to dock out of here. You're going to tender in here, and you will have the day on your private island to eat, to beverage, to swim, to do whatever it is you want to do. And you can do most of it for free. If you're like, I hate doing things for free, I want to spend money on it, you can. And here's a a different view of the island and all the beaches and the chairs. 28 different things to do. If you want a noodle, you can get a noodle, $5. It's not, you can go to the dollar store and I think they're $5. Rent a locker, $10. Want a float, $10. Want a ocean viewing float? Look at this right here. This is an ocean viewing float. There's your ship out there in the background. You can get a selfie out there. Get a snorkel, vest rental, aqua chair, banana boat ride. Look at that, $20 for a banana boat ride. I paid more in Panama City for that. I think it was $100. Snorkel equipment's $20. Paddleboard. What about jet skis? Do they have jet skis? Island bike. Stingray beach encounter is pretty cool. No jet skis yet. Snorkeling adventure for experienced snorkelers. Man, I wonder how you could tell it's an experienced snorkeler from a not. I can tell how you tell a scuba diver. A bungalow. I bet that would go by pretty fast. All right, so no jet skis here. That's right. Jet skis are normally $200 for like a half hour anyway. So I guess I won't be doing that when I go. So that wraps up the Princess Cay. Always something to do. If you want to do something for free, you can. Just be in the beach and swim. If you want to use accessories, pretty reasonably priced. I mean, $5 for a pool noodle. So final tips and thoughts. On the boat, anytime dining, if that's an option for you. I know they want early or late. And in terms of entertainment, I found anytime dining has the most flexibility for the entertainment. You look at the day's agenda, you look at the shows that you want to see, you pick them, and then you book dinner before or after the shows. Try to fly in the day before. We already talked about that. Miami and Fort Lauderdale both service Port Everglades. Probably worth noting that Fort Lauderdale is like a few hundred yards from the port. But, if you're saving a lot of money flying into Miami, then maybe the ends justify the means. Most hotels have the shuttles. And when you get off the ship, you should be okay to fly out anytime after 12, given the proximity to the airport. Could you do 10 a.m.? Could you? And I'm thinking probably. I will never advertise that. And if you saw my Port Canaveral videos or Galveston videos, I would never, I wouldn't encourage it. I couldn't sleep well at night. This one, I could see it. I also see a million things, going sideways that would prevent it. But I stand by my thing. 12 p.m. or later, it's just safe. Worst case scenario, I'm at the airport. There's a Starbucks at that airport, and maybe worst case is I have 2 Starbucks that day. And then if you got a kids club activities, great idea to get them in on day one. Miss day one once. Day 2 is kind of like moving to a new city, middle of the school year. You're the new kid. Everyone has friends, and it's just a little tougher. Not impossible, just a little tougher. Day 1 is best. So you're on a fantastic cruise ship. This itinerary is fantastic, and all the excursions that we looked at, there was no wrong way to have fun. So I hope you have a fantastic cruise. Travel safe, and I'll see you in the next video.